Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. We'll continue with the topics in the axilla. Already in our channel we have the axillary artery and the brachial plexus separately two videos. Now in this video we will see the importance of axillary artery and brachial plexus relations in one video. So the students will think why this is so important and this brachial plexus, why we have to know. This brachial plexus is the plexus where you will give upper limb anesthesia. So if you want to anesthetize the whole total upper limb without giving the general anesthesia, then you have to give injection in this brachial plexus. So you have to know the relations of the brachial plexus and the axillary artery, as it is very important to give the upper limb anesthesia. So now in this video, we will describe only the important relations of axillary artery and brachial plexus together. If you want to see detailed theoretical description of both the topics, you watch our other two videos in the channel. Now we will start with the topic. So the students should understand first. I will start here. C4, C5, C6, C7, T1, T2 vertebrae. These are all diagrammatic representations of the vertebrae. So this is C4 root and C5 roots, nerve roots. They join to form the upper trunk. So this is upper trunk. So all this is in the neck, supraclavicular part of the brachial plexus. And this is the C6, which continue as the middle trunk. These are C7, C8 roots, so they will join to form the lower trunk. So this is in the neck. So artery is here present, subclavian artery, subclavian vein. So these are all present in the neck. Now we will continue with this trunk. Trunk divides into anterior divisions and posterior divisions. Each trunk is dividing now into anterior and posterior divisions. So this division stage takes place in the cervicoaxillary canal. So cervicoaxillary canal is the apex of the axilla. So bounded medially by the rib, first rib, and in front by the clavicle. I have not put clavicle here. So here in front by the clavicle and behind by the scapula. So all these division stage takes place in the cervicoaxillary canal we have seen. So now this anterior divisions of upper and middle trunks, they join to form the lateral cord. So this is lateral cord. Anterior division of the lower trunk, this is the lower trunk. It continues as the medial cord. Posterior divisions of all the trunks, they join to form the posterior cord. So all this is now in the axilla. So brachial plexus, root stage and trunk stage present in the neck. Division stage is present in the cervicoaxillary canal. Cord and branch stage present in the axilla. That's what we are seeing. Now we will see the axillary artery. So the subclavian artery, when it passes beneath the first rib, from the outer border of the first rib, it is now called as axillary artery. So this artery now called as axillary artery. The subclavian vein continues as axillary vein from the outer border of the subclavian vein. This is the continuation of the axillary vein from the outer border of the first rib. That's how we have to tell. Vein runs in the direction towards the heart. So axillary vein continues as subclavian vein from the outer border of the first rib. Now to understand this relations of axillary artery, which is very important now, with the cards and branches. So we have seen this is the first part of axillary artery, second part of axillary artery, third part of axillary artery. How this artery is divided into three parts by one muscle. So this is pectoralis minor muscle, which is now cut so that to see the relations of the axillary artery. Now this axillary artery is from the outer border of the first rib. So this part to the lower border of the teres major muscle. So that is the extent division. Now we will see the relations of the first part. Or you think this is lateral cord, posterior cord, and this is medial cord. So the medial cord is posterior to the first part of axillary artery. So this medial cord is posterior to the first part of axillary artery. Lateral cords and posterior cords are lateral. So this is artery, these two cords are lateral to the first part. And axillary vein is medial to the first part. Do you understand? So first part, posteriorly, medial cord. Laterally, lateral cord and posterior cord. Medially, axillary vein. Now we will continue with the second part, which is below the muscle, pectoralis minor. But in this diagram, I have removed this pectoralis minor. Now we will continue with the relations of the second part. Lateral cord is lateral. So you have to learn the second part corresponding relations. Lateral cord is lateral, medial cord. So this is the medial cord. Medial cord is medial along with the axillary vein, which is also medial to the second part. So this is medial cord. And this posterior cord has now gone to the posterior part of the second part of axillary artery. So second part, laterally, lateral cord. Posteriorly, posterior cord, and medially, medial cord and axillary vein. So that is the relation. Now we will see the third part. So this is the third part of axillary artery. Lateral cord gives two branches. It gives many branches, but in relation to this, we will see important two branches. This is the musculocutaneous nerve. It also gives the brachial lateral cord gives lateral pectoral nerve. All these we are now not seeing in this relation of the axillary artery. Lateral pectoral nerve, which gives us the cervicoaxillary canal, you have already seen. So now the other branches of the lateral cord, musculocutaneous nerve, and this is the lateral root of median nerve. So this is lateral root of median nerve. The medial cord, so this is medial cord, gives the medial root of median nerve, which crosses the third part of the axillary artery to join the lateral root and form the median nerve, which is now lateral to the third part of axillary artery. So students, now have you understood? This is third part, laterally musculocutaneous nerve and median nerve. Then what is the anterior relation of the third part of axillary artery? This medial root crossing the third part, you have to see in the cadaver. It will be seen clearly. The medial root of median nerve is anterior to the third part of axillary artery. So what is this cord? Medial to the second part is medial cord. It gives many branches, but in relation to the axillary artery, we have to see three branches, four branches we have already seen. This is the medial root of median nerve. It also gives the ulnar nerve and medial cutaneous nerve of forearm. These two nerves you have to see in between axillary artery and vein in the dissection. Between axillary vein and axillary artery, we'll see ulnar nerve and musculocutaneous nerve. Medial to the axillary vein, you will see a slender nerve that will be the medial cutaneous nerve of arm. So have you understood now the branches of medial cord in relation to the third part? Now this posterior cord, which is running posterior to the second part, gives many branches, upper subscapular, lower subscapular, nerve to latissimus dorsi, that will not be seen in relation with the axillary artery. We will see two important nerves. So this is two important nerves posterior to the third part of axillary artery is axillary nerve 1 radial nerve. So can you now tell the third part relations? So third part relation, anterior relation is medial root crossing and joining the lateral root. That is the anterior relation. Lateral relation is musculocutaneous nerve and median nerve. Medial relation is axillary vein. In between vein and artery, two nerves, ulnar nerve and musculocutaneous nerve of forearm. Medial to the vein, medial cutaneous nerve of arm. This is medial cutaneous nerve of forearm. Posterior to the third part of axillary artery, axillary nerve and radial nerve. So to understand better axillary artery and brachial plexus together, I have given this video to give the important relations of this third part of axillary artery and the second part and the first part. So I think you should have understood this difficult topic, but it is an important topic for you. If you have any doubts in this topic, you can post in the comments. Already we have posted axillary artery, brachial plexus, axillary artery dissection video. All of you go through all the videos of the axilla to understand the axilla, which is a difficult topic. Those who are not subscribed to our channel, do subscribe now. Keep watching the videos. With the next dissection in the upper limb, we will meet in the next video. Thank you.